Mao's Cultural Revolution presented by Annika Blackman, Cameron Butler, and Tramaria Butts.
In the early 1900s, the Chinese became interested in the Communist Revolution in Russia. The first Chinese Communist Party came about in 1921 and was led by Mao Zedong, who wanted to improve living conditions for the poor. This was followed by a civil war between the communists and the nationalists. In 1933, Mao led 600,000 people on the Long March for over 6,000 miles to avoid being captured.
The map shows the route of the Long March that took place from 1934 to 1935. The red marks the first communist base in 1934, where the march began, and the orange represents the communist base in 1935, where the march came to an end. The area to the right of the route was controlled by nationalist government.
On October 1st, 1949, he declared the founding of the People's Republic of China. Prior to Mao's Cultural Revolution, Mao Zedong created a 5-year plan in 1958 called the Great Leap Forward. China was politically weak, still very heavily traditional, and lacking in industry. So his intentions were to get more workers out in fields so that China could see an agricultural surplus and be able to feed the industrial workers in hopes of increasing the numbers of workers in the industry. Unfortunately, this plan ended in 1962 due to lack of planning and the amount of economic and environmental destruction it caused. The Great Leap Forward resulted in mass starvation, execution, and forced labor. This made many Chinese lose confidence in his leadership. Fast forward to 1966, Mao wanted to regain power after the failures of the Great Leap Forward, so he initiated the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution in 1966. It was a socio-political movement which focused on purifying communist values. He urged students to quit school and wage war on anyone who opposed communism. This lasted until October 6, 1976, shortly after his death.
Review of communism. Believed the ideas of Karl Marx, who claimed that the capitalist system was unfair because the wealthy made profits from the labor of workers. He predicted that the proletarians would violently overthrow the bosses and take control of the country. Mainly university and high school students led the revolution, attacked, imprisoned, and killed those who didn't follow Mao's, especially teachers, elderly, and other members of China's intellectual population. The Red Guards wore red bands and carried the Little Red Book, which citizens were required to read, memorize, and carry with them at all times.
It contained quotations from Chairman Mao Zedong.
Teachers were the target of the political campaign. Mao taught us they have to receive the re-education by the worker and peasant. My female teacher, I love. She liked to wear beautiful clothes. She cared for appearance. There was a criminal accusation. One boy went to her bedroom and lead so many people. She went there to cut her hair. I went there too late. The hair has been cut already. He was humiliated, and I couldn't help. I couldn't rescue her. Shame on me.
Reasons for the revolution: purge the Communist Party of his opponents and abolish pre-communist concepts, destroy the four olds: old thought, old culture, old customs, old habits, instill revolutionary values in the younger generation, regain leadership. Outcome of Mao's Cultural Revolution: failed to achieve main goal, led to the death and ruin of 500,000 to 2 million, and the widespread discrediting of communism. Many schools and factories were closed. People were denied health care and transportation by the government. Mao had to call the army out to restore order and stop violence that threatened the Civil War. It destroyed many aspects of traditional Chinese culture, including clothing, art, and religion. After Mao's death, the People's Republic of China was left with no real authority.
New chairman Hua Guofeng continued to persist on Mao-era policies.